Hey guys, Dib the Awesome here to give you my personal thoughts on Yedra, who is the latest quest monster, I believe. It is a nature monster with reverse healing. Now, this monster can be very, very, very good with Dr. Marhelison, who has the ability to severely hurt the enemy team after applying reverse healing into double healing into your the area healing skill that heals everyone by 30%, obviously turning that into a 60% skill. However, with this new monster comes at rank 3, area reverse healing, which applies to everyone on the enemy team on the very condition that A, there's no mega taunt monster, right? And B, there's no area dodge monster. Meaning this is very, very good for Dr. Marhelison, which will allow him to do his wombo combo really easy. All you have to do is apply the double healing and then into your healing skill, 60% damage right off the bat. 60% of total life. It doesn't count as damage, it's total life. So it's pretty good. It's really great, right? But that's if on the condition you can do the area reverse healing right like that, like immediately. Like it has to be right there in the moment. If you can't, it loses playability. You don't want the enemy removing the reverse healing. It's very important that they don't. So first off the bat, the life stat is 43k, phenomenally good. It's a really, really tanky life. This thing is pretty much a wreck, as far as I'm concerned. As long as it doesn't have reverse healing itself on it, you're good. It has a torture immunity. It just doesn't die. As far as I'm concerned, this is as tanky as a nature monster has ever been. It just doesn't die. With torture immunity, like as a non-buff, like as a trait, that's powerful. You just don't die. So in terms of a tank, this is a phenomenally good tank. As a standalone monster, it just lives. It doesn't know the meaning of the word die until you remove it straight, which is really, really good. It is really nice to have. Power is 3,542. This is actually workable because she owns a skill, Wither Slash, which deals massive nature damage to one enemy. So if you're running something that applies nature weakness, this does more. And it applies poison to everyone and it's on a 1-turn cooldown. This is really, really, really nice. Allowing you to do burst damage to a single opponent and eventually win, because she also holds a extra turn skill, which means this comes back right away. That's incredibly busted. That's a really good combination. 30 damage into another 70 damage skill. That's pretty great. And it's on a 2-turn cooldown. That extra turn, 2-turn cooldown, phenomenally good. That's insane. If there's no anticipation monster to deny that play, that's pretty good. That's insanely powerful. And then the speed stat is 3,465, workable. It's not the denier, not your problem, nothing to worry about. It's a really solid monster in terms of sustainability. It doesn't need to be the fastest monster in the game to win, because she'll just out-sustain everything with area heals and self-heal. So just keep her on the field. Plus she has double healing. Let's just add that to the kind of table here. She can apply double healing to herself. Pretty strong. Pretty good. Pretty strong. We're going to talk about all of the skills because each of them have their own viability. Cleanse Essence removes all negative status from all allies. This is her only area cleanse. Yep. So you do want to run this skill if she is the support on your team. You just don't want any status effects to stay on forever. But in the same token, if you have torture immunity, when are you ever going to be this skill is actually trash if you take the time to think about it for her solely, in terms of a standalone sense, because she's basically immune to half the debuffs in the game at this point, or mostly all of them. The only thing she's not immune to at this point is deny skills, and you could be running her with Warmaster, so you don't really have to worry about too much with her specifically. But to still have it on her allies is still pretty good. I'd say it's optional to run. You could be running things that clean on their own, like Ragnarok. It's an option, right? It's not her best skill, but it's certainly a get out for free card if you are drowned in DOT on another monster that you don't want to have curse or double DOT like Burning Ignite. That's disgusting. So if you ever want to cleanse, boom, it's good. It's always been a nice thing to have a one-turn area cleanse. It's like Ukuduma, for example, you can spam clean or one-turn cooldown area clean with plus offensive bonuses like precision and damage boost, which is pretty nice. Life Scatter. This heals all allies by 35%. This is actually doubled for herself if you have double healing on her, or really anyone else for that matter, but her specifically since she can apply it to herself. Double healing to herself. This heals more, and it's on one-turn cooldown, so increased stall. Wither's Bite deals special damage to one enemy, applies poison to one enemy. To always have a spammable skill is nice in case your cooldown's activated. However, her cooldowns are so dirt low, you probably don't need to run this skill. It's just an option. Strong Roots deals moderate nature damage to all enemies, applies double healing to itself. This is her application of double healing. It's an area skill. Really nice damage. It's alright damage, it's not busted damage. But she has another skill in skill groups 3 that it can double up with that, and that's good area cleave. It won't do you good in area dodge fights, obviously, but it's good for, non-busted monsters. So that's pretty nice. Life Drain deals moderate special damage to one enemy, applies life energy to itself, gives one extra turn to itself. This is her extra turn skill that combos with Wither Slash. We just got done explaining that in the very beginning of the video. I don't know why it's called Life Drain if you are doing it like it's not a life stealing skill. This has nothing to do with life steal. It just applies life regen. I don't know why this is called Life Drain. What is she draining? Like there is no draining of life here. Like it's not life steal. Why'd you name it that? It's crazy. Wither Slash, run it. Enough said. 70 damage. Applies poison to all enemies, and it combos with your extra turn skill. Unhealthy Mistletoe deals heavy magic damage to all enemies, applies reverse healing to all enemies. So this is very effective against metal monsters, which is really, really, really nice, because some of the more tankier monsters in terms of self-tanks are metal monsters. So to have a nice little bursty skill is pretty nice. Pretty clean. I will say it's one of the less important effects damage in the game, but just to have it is nice. It's nice to do more damage to another unit besides the one you mainly cover. For nature monsters, that's actually magic, and for her to have a magic skill to cover metal, it's nice. It's really nice. This is especially useful against the metal race monster. I can't think of her name right now, but it's effective against her. That's the main thing you'll probably hit it with. That and like Patient Cyber. Patient Cyber is also a race monster who will also not like the damage of this. It's also on a 2-turn cooldown, so it's spammable. In the case of the event, you couldn't hit anyone with the area reverse healing at the beginning of the game where they cleanse it. Bada bing, bada boom, here's your reapplication. I will say run it if you are running Dr. Marhelison. It's just a good idea to, just to keep up with the momentum of the burst combo Marhelison does. Lycojum Wind deals moderate special damage to one enemy, heals all allies by 30%, and gives an extra turn to herself. This is meant to actually help build up the combo of Life Scatter. Let's say you toss out Life Scatter first. If you do this skill, what will wind up happening is you will essentially do the double healing anyway. Mm-hmm. Almost. Not entirely, but you pretty much get the double healing off. And if you already have double healing on, again, if you're running Dr. Marhelison, which you should, this becomes a 60% heal on a 1-turn cooldown, and you can heal again. So you're pretty much guaranteed to heal up your team again. This is a full life reset on everyone. That's crazy. And given the fact you are running another extra turn skill with this monster, big burst healing. Really, really, really consistently good healing. If you are near death, like with from DOTs, this should heal you back up again. Like, it's really, really, really good sustain here. This monster, as far as I'm concerned, one of the better healers in the game, just because she has access to so many heals. It's nuts. I will say the only downside to her healing, she doesn't actually have cleanse and then heal. I will say that's the only thing holding her back, is she doesn't have a built-in cleanse and then heal. She has a cleanse, but she doesn't have a cleanse plus heal, which is very important in terms of, anti getting bursted yourself. Like Ragnarok or Elvira's heal, for example. We all know it. We all hate them. Those skills are always good heal skills because cleansing and then healing is always just a good thing, in case you have reverse healing ever on you. And it kind of makes reverse healing dead. Like, I hate that so much. I really do hate the... Like, let's say you have, like, a nanovirus, right? I feel like that's cheating. Like, it's just... it's disgusting, man. It's... or no, not was it nanovirus or block positive effects? I don't know, but just one or the other. It's always bothered me that... No, you know what it was? It's shock, right? One of the hugest things that bother me, if they do like an extra turn heal and they still get the extra turn, that's bonkers to me. How is that still a thing? Oh my god, that bothers me so much. But yeah, I was shocked because of the anticipation, all that stuff, or extra turn shenanigans. You're not allowed to have an extra turn if you have shock on, but if you cleanse it and then do the effect, you get the extra turn. It's so dumb. But no, this is looking like a really good skill there. The combo with your just burst healing. It's just a burst healer. It's just a good area burst healer. It's really, really nice. Viola Engross removes positive effects from one enemy, deals heavy nature damage to one enemy, and he heals itself by 30%. Given the fact you have double healing, you can heal 60% of your life. And given the fact this thing is already a high life cap, it doesn't look like this thing ever dies. Really, like it's immune to torture effects, right? And you have good single target rotational combo skills, right? So, what's the real issue with this thing? Like, it doesn't ever die. It has double swords, so if you're running a denier and you stun something or freeze something, you get the ice-breaking shield procs, and you can roll 2 of them, which double up if you max them out. Crazy amount of sustain. I believe that was 120k shield. That's 120k. That's crazy. Like, you have the shield up, plus you have healing. If they break through the shield for whatever reason, or like the armor, you're still fine. Like, and you can't be DOT. This monster is just kind of dumb. You can't be. You're immune to DOT. You can heal up everything, and you have 2 ice breaking great swords. Like, how do you deal? What's the counterplay besides reverse healing? And hopefully they don't cleanse it. Like, that's this monster's looking really, really clean, my boys and gals. This monster's looking really nice. It doesn't like obviously flat out healers on paper don't look clean, right? Like, we need more. We need revival skills. But as a standalone monster, this thing doesn't ever look like it's going to die, especially with mutant runes. If you take the time to give it like mutant runes, they increase the life cap, or just sustain it can just live. It just doesn't ever die. When does this thing ever die? So I think before I go into the moveset, let's talk about the ult here. And I gotta say, if you get the combo down like immediately and you get this turn 1, this is actually cheating. Like, new life heals all enemies by 100% and heals allies by 100%. If you don't have reverse healing on you and you use this proc and the enemies have reverse healing on them, you instantly win the game. This is 100% instantly win if the enemy has reverse healing. That's what this move. This is what the ult is. This is an insta wipe clean. This has nothing to do with chance. This has nothing to do with I guess chance and probability are the same thing. But it's not like a Cryotan's insta-death. It's not like an Oros insta-death. If you have reverse healing on the enemy team, or pretty much the ones that matter, you win the game. Like, if her ult is up, you will win. This is a guaranteed win if you have reverse healing on the enemy team. This ult, as far as I'm concerned, can be the most busted skill in the entire game. Or one of the worst. Why? Because it can reset everyone on your enemy team. That doesn't sound good, right? In terms of healing everyone. It doesn't reset the cooldowns. It resets their life cap, though. That can be annoying. But the main idea is to have reverse healing up, right? So if you have reverse healing up, you just win. Like, that's it. Like, if you have it on the bit, like the things you don't want to deal with, and you use it, and you can hit them with it, you win. That's crazy. That's so crazy. It's absurd. So moveset, I would run. Here's what I would run. I'd run the cleanse. You always want to clean something, right? In the case of the event, it's just bad. This thing itself doesn't have to worry about DOT, but again, cleaning your allies is nice. Let's say I want to go for a deny play or something, and to have them available would be lovely. So I'd like to run the cleanse. I'd like to run the 35% heal. That's really good. I would like to run... Well, I want to say I want to run life drain. But in the same token, I feel like if I run it with Wrymlad, it's kind of a dead skill. So I'd actually run Wither Slash and the wind skill. That seems like the best option, because if I'm running this with like Wrymlad, I don't really need the life regen skill. I will say you will have to run the life regen skill if you don't run it with Wrymlad or anything with like life regen on a fast monster. So in case of the event you can't run it with that, I'd say life drain, Wither Slash, wind, and do you want to apply the double healing or the magic skill? Probably the magic skill for the reverse healing combo. I think one of the negatives of this monster, if there are really any, it's the fact she doesn't have heal enemies, because she does the reverse healing, right? So why doesn't she have heal enemies besides her ultimate, right? They did it for Marhelison. Why can't they do it for her? Would it be busted? Not because it's an actually busted monster. Yes, it would be. But I still would have liked it. I would have loved to see it. I mean, it's like she already has stuff to deal with to begin with. I wouldn't see the problem in giving it to her. But yeah, overall, I like it. Viola Engross is also really good for evasion fights. You don't run it for any other reason, but if it's a heavy evasion war or you just need something for sure cleared, it's a nice skill to pick up. I'd say run something that's not an extra turn skill if you're dealing with anticipational fights, and that'll be good. But beyond that, overall, I think it's a great unit. If you are thinking about whether or not it's good to invest in, I'd say rank it up. I think it's worth investing in. It just seems like a really solid unit that doesn't care about DOTs. It can never be cursed. It can never be ignitioned unless you trait disable it, sure. But beyond that, if you can keep it from being denied, it just seems like a perfect unit, It just doesn't die. It heals all the time. Like, everything she does, it's either a heal skill or reverse healing, and then the enemy just don't get their healing relics off well, and it's disgusting. It can be a really good unit. I think it is worth investing in. It's not bad. I mean, if you told me, Dib, I decided to invest into a rank 3 Yedra, was this worth it? I'd say you're not crazy. I'd say it's a pretty good investment. It was a good rank 3 monster to get. It's not a bad thing at all. And that's all I have to say for this monster. Thank you for watching. I'm Dib the Awesome. I'll catch you guys later.